Hey friends, this is Alex from Vulture Culture, and welcome to Fundamentals of EQ. Today we're going to be answering the question, should you be mixing in solo or not, specifically when it comes to EQ? Before we get started, please like this video if you find it helpful and subscribe to the channel if you want to see all of the Fundamental of EQ's tutorials. And I'm going to be using Re-EQ, which is the stock EQ plugin in Reaper, but you could use whatever EQ plugin you'd like. So let's get started. So what I have here is my vocals without any EQ on them, and this is a bit of a squeamish moment for me because I've actually never played or released how my vocals sound without any EQ on them. And I think for anyone who's not used to how much EQ usually gets slammed onto vocals to make them sound studio ready, this might be surprising. So here's the vocals with EQ to compare.
There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it if you stayed. My world has been painted black and gray. I know I'm...
Here's the exact same vocals with the same compression and everything, just no EQ.
There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it if you stayed. My world has been painted black and gray. I know I'm...
That's pretty shocking, isn't it? You know, just how different it sounds without the kinds of EQ that you'd normally hear on a track. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute these other tracks. So we're just listening to the vocals.
There's nothing left here for us.
And what I'm going to do is EQ these vocals in solo, and then I'm going to compare them to how they sound if I EQ them out of solo, and how well they sound in the mix. So let's open up Re-EQ, and let's try to make this sound as good as we can. So if you're not used to hearing vocals that are unedited, or you're recording your own vocals and you're wondering why they don't sound that great, it's because most vocals, when they're processed in the studio, are much of the bass is cut out of them. Also, because I'm recording this in my bedroom here, my Avantone CV12 has a shield behind it, but it doesn't have a shield. I don't have a vocal booth or anything. So I actually have a pretty live room, and because of that, I sing a lot closer to the mic. Because of the proximity effect, that boosts the bass. So there's quite a lot of bass going into this.
There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it.
So what I'm going to try to do is get these vocals to sound as great as they can without listening relative to the mix, and just trying to get them to sound awesome. And a lot of mixers do this because they want to get the vocals to sound amazing, and they mix everything else to the vocals. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some low end out.
There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it if you stayed. My world has
So that move already made a big difference. I also want to bring in some of the high end, so
There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it if you stayed. My world has been painted black and gray. I know I'm...
this song I wanted to go for this really clean, polished, airy, breathy sound. So there's a lot dialed in here.
There's nothing left.
You can see this frequency is a pretty chesty frequency that we just don't need, so I'm going to suck some of that out.
Has been painted black and gray. I know I'm nothing to you. Another heart that
All right,
you're
so
sick
if you
of.
heard on the word two, there's a sound that's just really shredding, so I'm going to try and find that real quick.
I know I'm nothing to you.
So you can see there's a pretty good bump there. So
another heart that to you.
right, so I want to cut some of that out. All right, let's keep going.
To you.
You can see there's some extra activity in there I probably don't need.
I don't.
Maybe something in this.
Another heart that you're sick of. I don't.
Actually, I think it could use some
want your
mid-range.
fabricated love. There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it if you stayed. My world has been painted black and gray. I know I'm nothing to
A little bit here.
you.
I'm gonna take a little bit. There's still some kind of annoying chesty frequency in here.
Another heart that you're sick of. I don't want
Let's try to get some of that lower frequency out. I'm gonna just bring a
I couldn't take it.
whoops, a high pass filter to everything below something like 70 or 80.
I know I'm nothing.
So it's sounding pretty good, but I definitely need a little bit more something up here.
I don't want your fabricated love. To you, another heart that you're sick of. I don't.
And I think I'm just going to boost the high end a little more.
To you, another heart that you're sick of.
Right, let's volume match, see how it sounds comparatively. So without it,
to you, another heart that you're
with it,
to you, another
I can actually turn it up a little.
Sick of. I don't want your fabricated love.
Pretty big comparison there. So let's hear it with the whole mix now and see how it sounds.
There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it if you stayed.
It doesn't sound bad. It definitely doesn't really cut through the mix that well. It definitely sounds a little dull. And honestly, it sounds like I mismanaged the mid-range pretty substantially. So now what I'm going to do is, with the magic of video editing, I'm going to fast forward to my next video that'll come out next week, which is on how to EQ vocals. I'm going to EQ those vocals out of solo. And hopefully the results will be that the mix is a little better than how I did here. All right, so now we're going to listen to the vocals that I've EQ'd out of solo to compare to how they sound EQing in solo.
There's nothing left here for us. I couldn't take it if you stayed.
And they just sound way better, because all of the mix moves I made relative to the rest of the track, not just how it sounds on its own. So you can hear here, this is the EQ'd in solo.
There's nothing left here for us.
It's okay.
I couldn't take it if you stayed. My world
Radio polish.
painted black and gray. I know I'm nothing to you.
So that's it for this video. Stick around for next week's video so you can see how I EQ'd this out of solo to make it sound really good. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see all of the fundamentals of EQ tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.